modifying an old Teisco pickup from this guitar that I'm using. First thing that I've got to try and do here is bend out the little metal clasps that hold the cover on and hold the whole thing together. So just want to have the whole thing slide out now that I've opened up those little clasps. Got the magnets stuck onto the base plate with their magnetism, holding them there at the moment. And I'm just going to push the coil down from the top. Seems like that's not quite loose enough, so I'll just bend that out a bit more. Got to be careful how much you bend those. They can snap if you do it too vigorously and too many times backwards and forwards. Now it should just push out. So what I'm looking to do here is decrease the microphonics. It kind of wants to feed back a fair bit. It's an old lap steel Teisco pickup that I like. So I found that you can't get the wrapping off this. It's stuck on with glue to the outside of the coil and it can break it. Now this isn't something that people will do if you want to modify it afterwards or have it rewound, but I actually was running some glue, super glue, into the coil there, which hardens it up. Just giving it a little clean down now with some lighter fluid just to get the gunk from several decades of unopened playing. You can see there, gunk. So I'm just flowing this super glue down through these little grooves that you can see. There's actually exposed coil in there, and so I'm kind of just holding it on an angle and letting it run down through the coil so it will harden, because when the wires are loose, that's where it becomes microphonic and feeds back. Now these magnets have got some tape around them, and I put some tape under the magnets as well, because what I'm looking to do is also have a phase reverse switch for the two pickups, and so I'm going to reverse a phase with the switch on this one. So to do that, you've got to have a separate earth wire and hot wire, and then earth the casing independent of the earth or ground wire from the pickup itself. It did not want to stay on there before, so I've used the screwdriver to make some grooves in the base plate, and now I'm going to heat that up and flow some solder into it, and with some luck it will stay on there, because it's just behaving strangely. And certainly with the magnets on there, I found that the soldering iron just would not work properly. It would slide all over the place, and so that's stuck on there now. And now I'm just going to add this extra earth wire to ground the whole pickup case. It gets very hot though when you've heated up that base plate, so you can't make the mistake of grabbing hold of it. Now let's see. That is going to stay on there, which is good. Didn't want to do it on the guitar pick guard either, so I had a DI box to sit it on there. Very high tech. Now what I'm doing is just checking the continuity. Yep, got a sound. That means that base plate and the housing, therefore, is going to be connected to ground. Flowing some more super glue through the coil here. Now, if you're a professional pickup rewinding type, you might not like the look of that, because that will dry rock hard and you won't be able to open that coil back up again to repair it. But pickup's got epoxy potted plenty of times and you can't fix them either. I wouldn't necessarily do that to someone else's guitar pickup, but to mine I don't mind, because I just don't want it to feed back anymore, so I'm fine with it. Now I'm just going to put the magnets back on. It might have been one magnet at one time and it's split, but that's how it was when I opened it up. Now I just got to push that all back in and then get those clasps closed again to hold it together. This looks a little bit brutish, but it's actually pretty light tapping that I'm doing there, and I'm just resting it against the base of the bridge, not dinging it into the guitar, because that's a $200 Japanese 1980s guitar body. Don't want to scratch it, especially with all that writing on it. Yep, just getting those on. Just had to use a little bit of wood to get to one of them because the earth wire was kind of in the way. And that is all back together now, and it won't feed back as much. Now I'm just going to make sure it's actually working before I put it back in the housing. Yes. Yep, both pickups on, front pickup, and then the switch. Put them in and out of phase. That's good. Putting it into a brass ring that my friend Paul Dalby made for me to fit this pickup into this guitar, because it was originally just a straight Telecaster style. And so just getting the 3 mounting screws and their springs back in there. Bit of a fiddly job, especially when you get to the third one. But yeah, it's the only way to go to get the pickup height and angle adjustment and get it back in there. This is an old guitar that was given to me by friends in a music store that I taught guitar at when I was 18, 19. They gave it to me as a 21st birthday present, and it was an okay guitar as a tele copy. But then Albert Collins, when I toured with him, signed it. You can see his signature up at the top of the guitar near my right hand as I'm fiddling around here. And once he'd signed it, I wasn't going to be getting rid of it. So I decided, well, if it's a very heavy guitar for a Telecaster, so it only ever sounded okay as a straight telly. But with these pickups in, got this Teisco one at the bridge and this old Argone Japanese archtop pickup at the neck, and with those in, I like the sound of it. All right, so may as well let you hear how it sounds now. So yes, this was originally a die-on Telecaster style back when I was given this guitar, but as I mentioned, it was a very heavy Telecaster style, and it only ever sounded just okay as a straight telly. So I've done my thing and cheapened it up even further with some weirdo electronics. As I mentioned, the great Albert Collins signed it for me when I opened for him. Somewhere I might have a photo of me playing alongside him back in the day, getting my head cut by the great Albert Collins. Don't know what I was thinking with that sparkly vest. Whatever. So yes, once he'd signed that, I knew I wasn't getting rid of it. So I've had a bunch of friends and compadres sign it through the years. There's my dear friend Chris Finnan signed it there, Karen Tolhurst, Grant Comerford, the Squire, great bass playing friend, Shannon Bourne, all sorts of people. Rock and Rob Riley, great electric guitar player from Adelaide. Tony McManus even agreed to sign this, great acoustic player. Yeah, so loads of people, they're all over it, front and back, there's lots of people, but yeah, it's just something that I'm always going to have, so I figured I may as well make it usable, and I've got it set up as a bottleneck guitar now. So I've got the Argone pickup, which was really pesky and annoying to mount in there, actually. It kind of took a bit of thinking on my part to get it into that scratch plate, because it doesn't have any kind of mounting hardware. Found a way anyhow. So I'll start with that one. Have a listen to the neck pickup first. Just got it running through a Almac Custom 20 amplifier here in the garage. So neck pickup. So that's the neck one, that big old archtop pickup. Now I'll put it over to the Teisco that you saw me tipping glue into. Now before, this pickup, as soon as I would have the amp up that loud, I would flip it over to this one and it would just start howling and like having a microphone pointed at the amp, just going whoop, which made it hard to use. But now it's fine and it sounds like this. So yeah, had one of those in my old original lap steel. So maybe I'll just show you that. This was my first lap steel that I had as a young lad. Teisco, Japanese thing. I had two of those pickups in it, and I've always really liked them. Maybe partially because with these Japanese ones, a lot of the time when you'd put two pickups on, they would be in series. So instead of like on a Stratocaster where you've got two pickups on, they're in parallel. So they have a certain sound, which is a good sound. These were in series, so they would just get thicker and bigger and louder if you added a pickup to the other. It gets more mid-rangey as well, so it has some drawbacks. You lose a bit of clarity when they're in series. But anyway, even with just one of them on its own, I always liked the sound of this thing. So I decided that's what I was going to use as the bridge position in this one, to give it some of that lap steel kind of quality for playing bottleneck. Another thing about this guitar is, because I wasn't using it very much in its original incarnation, I had Paul Dalby, when he made that pickup ring for me, I had him convert the original neck to being a fretless neck. So he took the frets out, put some strips of wood in and planed it flat. And so I was using it as a fretless electric guitar. It's got some other signatures on there. What have we got there? We've got Carl Straub, my friend from the DC area, great songwriter and picker, and got Carl Robinson on there, and the great Ian Moss also signed the back of that one. So I've got this neck there if I ever want to just chuck the neck back on and it will be a fretless guitar again. But at the moment I got this old Mighty Mite parts neck from the, I guess, early 80s maybe. Got this from my friend Andrew Gregg in Tasmania, and he came up with that one for me so I could play it as a regular guitar again, albeit one with the slide. So yeah, that's the way this sounds. Oh yeah, both pickups on is also good. So with them, as usual, just with the pickups in phase, got so in the middle. Now, what I had added as well is I put in a phase reverse switch, because I do like, with two pickup guitars, being able to put them electronically out of phase. So it's got actually an extra benefit, is when they're out of phase, here it's humming when they're in phase. Got two single coil pickups, so you get a bit of buzz. When I flip the phase, hum cancelling, which is good. And it's got this cool thin quality to it that I like. So in phase, out of phase. It can almost sound a little bit like a clavinet, you know. The only thing left would be for me to add a 4-position pickup selector switch so that I can have them in series as well. But that's enough geeky, nerdy speak about this guitar.